It's no secret how PSG have performed woefully in the Champions League over the years. Apart from one final against Bayern Munich that Thomas Tuchel led them to, PSG have consistently been knocked out by Real Madrid twice, Barcelona thrice, Manchester City twice, and even Manchester United in 2018-19. Memories of Rio Ferdinand lavishing praise on Ole Gunnar Solskjaer after that defeat are still fresh in the memories of football fans all around the world. Domestic success is no guarantee of success at PSG. Every manager they've hired has always delivered at least one league title. In the 11 seasons since Sheikh Mansour's arrival, PSG have won the title a whopping 8 times. It's no secret that PSG are now by far the biggest club in France, and domestic success is almost ensured annually. It's always been a question about when PSG will perform in the Champions League. Constant managerial changes, coupled with superstar signings like Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Thiago Silva, Neymar Jr., Sergio Ramos, Kylian Mbappe, and even recently Lionel Messi last season. You would expect PSG to perform admirably in the Champions League given the personnel that line up to represent their colours. Hi guys, and welcome to Football Talk, where we bring you all the latest news related to the biggest football teams in Europe. We're on the road to 2,000 subscribers, so like and subscribe if you enjoy our content. Even the squad right now is filled with world-class talents. Donnarumma, the best keeper in Europe last season, is still one of the best goalkeepers in the world. And the crazy thing is, Keylor Navas, a 3-times Champions League winner, is his backup option. In defence, they have 3 world-class centre-backs, Sergio Ramos, Marquinhos and Kimpembe, and 2 elite wing-backs in Hakimi and Mendes. In midfield, it's Verratti, an extraordinary midfielder with Perez and Vitinha to help out in the middle. And up front, it's Kylian Mbappe, Neymar and Lionel Messi. This squad alone, without even going into the reserves, which include Renato Sanchez, Icardi, Pereira and many others. PSG have a squad filled with world-class talents, but despite this, they seemingly can't perform well. And in comes Christophe Galtier, a 55-year-old French manager who's been managing exclusively in France in his top-flight career. He started at Saint-Etienne, where he guided the club to 7 consecutive finishes in the top 4, including 4 finishes in the European spots. He also won the French League Cup in 2013, Saint-Etienne's first trophy in 32 years. He then joined Lille in 2017 and led them to the Ligue 1 title in 2020-21. Which is hugely impressive considering the Paris team and how strong they were that season. He also spent 1 year at Nice and guided them to the Coupe de France final in his first season before signing for PSG. Why is a man who's only coached in the French league and never really managed superstars the likes of Messi, Neymar and Sergio Ramos being tasked with leading the French champions? How is Christophe Galtier better positioned to lead PSG in the Champions League over other candidates like Zinedine Zidane, for example, or one of the world's best coaches like Pep Guardiola, or even a resurgent Mourinho from Roma? There are 3 reasons why Galtier is somebody that the PSG sporting directors wanted. Firstly, he has established a very compact, rigid defensive system. Galtier's teams tend to be very compact. At PSG so far, he has deployed a 3-4-1-2 setup, designed to force opposing teams to go to the wings when PSG are out of possession. This setup allows Galtier to have Kimpembe, Marquinhos and Sergio Ramos all present on the pitch. Unlike the previous seasons where Ramos was out of the squad entirely and Kimpembe sometimes was used in the midfield to get all the players PSG needed out on the pitch. Now, they have 3 world-class centre-backs positioned right in front of Donnarumma. This ensures that at all times, PSG have the advantage of 3 supremely talented players hounding opposition attackers the second they get near the PSG goal. The presence of 3 world-class talents around the box allows the rest of the PSG team to play with a little more freedom. Achraf Hakimi and Nuno Mendes also benefit from this setup. Both are wing-backs that are more renowned for their offensive capabilities rather than their defensive skill set. This allows them to use their incredible speed and intelligence to cut out attacks before they're formed, and also dive into tackles with the assurance that the defenders behind them can cover for them even if they miss. This positioning allows them to utilize their complete skill set and provide all the width for PSG's attacks using their speed, dribbling ability, and their incredible crossing to create chances in attack as well. When attacking, they provide the width. When defending, they provide extra cover on each wing ahead of the 3 centre-backs. that sit right behind them. So far, we've seen this season that the second Hakimi or Mendes are dribbled past on a rare occasion, a centre-back in Ramos or Kimpembe is waiting on the edge of the box to immediately cut down any attack. With these 5 in defence, they're provided cover through the presence of the new signing Vitinha and Italian maestro Verratti right in front of them. Verratti needs no introduction. His guile and grit in midfield, along with his hugely impressive technical abilities, means that he was certainly going to be a certain starter. Vitinha is the new signing that is going to hugely impress this year. He has been signed for his impressive ability off the ball especially. He is a relentless presser, very technically gifted and comfortable receiving the ball directly from the centre-backs. He's also very skilled at breaking the opposition press, so with the ball at his feet, he can dribble past an aggressive press and pass the ball forward. Either way, PSG have now been set up in a manner where 8 players at nearly all times will be tasked with protecting the centre of the pitch and positioning themselves compactly to prevent any defensive lapse. This has led to the sacrifice of having wide players, like they did last season in the form of Angel Di Maria and Neymar. This also means players like Messi and Neymar are no longer on the wings in front of the fullbacks. So the lack of tracking back by their superstars now will no longer have a devastating impact as it did in previous seasons. As an additional note on this point, Galtier's Lille side just conceded 23 goals in 38 games on their way to winning the title, and PSG are expected to shore up their defense in a similar way. Galtier is renowned for his impressive man management skills and his demand for perfection from his players. He sets up tactical points for each player and can get his players to follow those plans. By setting up his team in a manner where Messi plays as a number 10 right behind Neymar and Mbappe, unlike other teams around Europe, PSG do not need to create overloads on the wing or in the opposition box. Those 3 players alone are enough to handle 4 to 5 or even 6 defenders at a time. This lessened defensive responsibility on the trio is supplemented with a strong defensive shape behind them, allowing them to run riot up front. Through the signing of young talents this season, rather than getting the big superstar names PSG usually gets, you can expect Galtier to rely on players that are willing to give their all for the team, rather than superstars who often tend to ignore their defensive duties. Galtier has additionally brought in players like Renato Sanchez, whom he worked with at Lille, and can prove to be an inspired signing as the season progresses. Thirdly, PSG have the inspired brilliance of Lionel Messi, Kylian Mbappe and Neymar. Neymar and Messi have been left out of the top 30 this season for the Ballon d'Or shortlist and have started in inspired form. Neymar devastated opposition defences in the pre-season friendlies and has now carried that form into PSG's campaign in Liga. He has scored 5 goals and gotten 4 assists already this season. Messi similarly has scored 3 goals and gotten 1 assist for his 3 appearances, and you can already tell they look like 2 players on a mission. PSG have scored 14 goals in just 3 games and conceded 2, keeping 2 clean sheets on the way. Mbappe made his first appearance against Montpellier in game week 2 and has already gotten his first goal. There are rumours of a rift between Neymar and Mbappe, but if Neymar continues performing the way he has been so far, Mbappe will have no choice but to up his levels too as the season progresses. Galtier's man management skills will also come into question, but given his ability to get his squad motivated and keep egos in check, we can expect PSG to be extremely competitive this season. There are additional rumours around players like Napoli midfielder Fabian Ruiz, who is set to join the PSG squad soon, along with forwards Rafael Leao and Marcus Rashford, who has been linked with the moves to PSG. If those 3 happen, we can only expect the PSG squad to grow and get even more competitive, especially in the second half of the season following the World Cup. And just this Sunday, PSG once again mauled Lille, scoring a whopping 7 goals, with Mbappe scoring a hat-trick, Neymar getting 2 and Messi getting 1. Whatever may come this year, with all the doubt and uncertainty surrounding PSG, they only seem to be going from strength to strength as the season starts.